Hello there, welcome to another educating, enlightening, and an eye-opener segment is Big Voices, where we have people coming here to tell us what their plans are, what they've accomplished, where we hope that youth are given a voice to really make a difference to the society we have today and what we hope to see tomorrow. Well, for today on our program, we have someone that is, what's the word? Let's say out of the normal. Now, she's not a fake human or anything, but she's someone that is accomplishing things people only dream of at the age and at the time she is. She's a very young woman who is giving in her time and resources, being a humanitarian to as many people as she can. Well, I'll let her do the basic introduction, and please, you let us meet you.
Okay, my name is Tolulokpe Oguremi. I am currently a student at the University of Southampton. I'm studying mathematics and computer science. I'm about to enter my final year, but I'm very passionate about education and educational empowerment. I believe everybody has the right to an adequate education.
True.
And I'm doing what I can in my power and in the resources I have right now to make that a thing. So I've launched Project Hezi. The word Hezi, H-E-Z-I, means educate in the Basque language.
Okay.
Basque is a region between France and Spain. And so I'm doing Project Educate, which is to empower education. As I study mathematics, I decided to start with mathematics. And so yesterday, I went to Ajara Community High School in Olonda, Ibadan, to give out maths textbooks to the entirety of JSS 2 and JSS 3 students.
Okay, wow. That's a big one. A whole class, like two classes you mentioned.
Two.
GS1 and GS2 classes. Well, giving out textbooks, and you specifically mentioned math textbooks because you already have a passion for the subject, I believe. So, for someone this young, it's not so common among our age group. Let me sit with you now with this one. Our age group, having people, go into things like humanitarian activities. A lot of times people just think it's all about delving into entertainment or fashion, and so for me it's a new one, and for me it's a challenge in a way, as you mentioned, within your resources for the time being and all that. So what exactly is your drive? What kick-started all this movement for you?
So I just see, young children who are meant to be in school, selling things, doing things they shouldn't have to do at their age, as they should be educating themselves and kind of upskilling themselves. And so I just thought, if there's anything I can do to bridge the gap, I'll do anything, because I live in England, and in England everybody of a certain age group has to go to school, whereas here there are several factors hindering young people from doing that. The reason why I'm starting at this age is because there's a well-known saying, charity starts at home. I believe that, not home necessarily, but if I don't start at this age, I will never start. So it's better for me to start now and keep going, as opposed to wait until I'll have the funds to start.
Okay, that's big talk for some of us though, because a lot of times people get carried away by the gestures you make, and then you probably perceive it for the wrong reasons, but the passion is there and you have stated it all already. So at this point, what's your plan? What's the big picture? Like, what do you hope to achieve in the long run?
After coming to Nigeria to do the project, to actually do the groundwork, I've received a lot of support from Nigerians, and I will definitely go ahead, start up an NGO focused on improving education in Africa. We're obviously going to start with Oyo, and we're going to start with Nigeria. After several conversations with different people, there are many hindering factors, such as school uniforms, school fees, books, exercise books, that will stop a child from coming to school. And I think it's very important that they come to school. On top of that, actually, I decided to announce yesterday that I will be picking the top 10 performing students in mathematics at the end of this session and paying for their school fees until the end of SS3. So I hope that's inspirational to let people know that I do care about their education, and I don't want anything to stop them if they have the potential to go far.
Okay, that's a lot. A lot of people would would have just given books and they don't really know whether you use the books or not.
Mm.
They don't follow up.
Mm.
But I think going the extra mile to putting out some form of reward for someone who uses these books and then has a result at the end of the day is a good one for a start, I believe.
So do I.
I think from what I have been able to pick, you just started this whole project, yes?
Yes, I just started. I had the idea about 6 months ago, and spoke to my parents about it because I do not live here, so I don't want to assume that I know things that aren't the case. So I decided to consult my parents. They said it's a good idea, and from there we've just been working together to get this off the ground. But as I previously mentioned, there's a lot of support. It's definitely needed, and I'm willing to take it as far as anyone is willing to help.
Okay, so as you just said, as far as anyone is willing to help, so are there any relevant organizations you have been able to partner with?
Unfortunately, as this is a project and I haven't started up an NGO yet, I don't have access to many funds. So I set up a GoFundMe and just reached out to my network, friends and families, and they reached out to their friends and families and collected some money that way. I could have had the opportunity to get more money, but I decided what we have is enough, and impact is impact. If I give one child a textbook and their mathematics improves because of that, I would be happy. So
Wow.
yeah.
I love your drive. I love the passion you have. And I do hope someone out there is listening and also would want to go into something like this. For me, I think since I'm more into media, I guess I would walk out and then give someone probably an English textbook or, make as much a difference as I can. Anyways, because you mentioned that you're a student, how do you hope to, work with this program you've just set up and then being a student? How do you hope to, cope with the
workload? One thing about working with schools and the school system is that there's one big push at the beginning of every academic year, and then after that, everything's set for the session. So for now, I'd love to have a team. I'd love to have loads of help, support, physically and monetarily to keep this going. But for now, we've got the September time to kind of make an impact. So those children will have the book for 1 year, and then we can see in June how has the book helped them, and then we can prepare. But as we've set the ground, we've hit the ground running now, help is not going to be too difficult to come by.
Okay.
And all we're doing at the moment is waiting for results, waiting to see the impact. And so whilst I'm studying and finishing my degree, we're just kind of waiting on impact, and I'll be visiting to see that everything is going well.
Okay, that's beautiful, and I do hope you are able to achieve these many things you have stated out. So is there a way we could reach out to you, say I want to contribute my quota, if there's any way I could? You just mentioned you'll be resuming school very soon?
Yes.
Yeah, so probably because I can't see you in person, there's a way I could reach out. Probably you could just help us out with that information.
Yes, definitely. Okay, so we're on social media. Small presence, but there is a presence. Project Hezi, like I said, Project Hezi, on Twitter and Instagram. There is a Facebook page. There's also a website that I quickly put together, www.projecthezi.org. That links to the GoFundMe, but if you do want to check out the GoFundMe, and I'll be updating it shortly, it's gofundme.com/project-Hezi.
Okay, beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And as you said, no matter how little the impact is impact. And I believe that's the message for us out there today. And it's an eye opener for a lot of us. You see, a lot of times we wait for the big cash, wait for the big impact. But as little and as slow as we can, we should do that and make all the difference that we can do. Well, thank you very much for coming on the program today. And for our viewers out there, I want you all to, be as helpful as you can to the community around you. You may not necessarily be able to buy the textbooks or the notebooks or uniforms for these students, but if there's any way you could impact, even if it's giving an extra class to a student after the regular school hours, you could do that, and that could make all the difference there is. Well, that's all we could take today for our program. I do hope you enjoyed the rest of our package. I'll see you again next time, same station.
Thanks
It's still
again.
Samuel.